Welcome to the mesmerizing continent of Africa, a land of unparalleled beauty and diversity. From the vast savannas of the Serengeti to the vibrant markets of Marrakesh, Africa is a treasure trove of unique destination places waiting to be explored. Whether you seek the awe-inspiring wildlife of the Masai Mara, the ancient wonders of Egypt, or the serene beaches of Zanzibar, Africa offers a kaleidoscope of experiences that will captivate your senses and leave you in awe. Join us on a journey through this enchanting continent and discover the magic of Africa's most alluring destinations. In this video, we are going to embrace the top 10 unique places you wouldn't expect to see in African continent. Journey into unexpected destinations with their unique blend of cultural elements and diverse landscapes. Taking a lesser-known path gives you the opportunity to delve deeper into what makes Africa wildly diverse and special, while avoiding the tourist crowds. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like the video, so that you can help us to continue spreading to explore the world. If you are not subscribed, subscribe now and let's wanderlust together on this incredible exploration. Number 10. Kilimanjaro, mountain-Tanzania. One of the most amazing places to visit in Africa is Mount Kilimanjaro. At 5,895 meters, 19,341 feet, Mount Kilimanjaro is the highest mountain in Africa and the tallest freestanding mountain in the world. The snow-capped roof of Africa is a dormant volcano, with 3 volcanic cones, Kibo, Mwenzi and Shira, is found inside the Kilimanjaro National Park. In 1987, UNESCO declared Kilimanjaro a World Heritage Site due to its uniqueness. The Kilimanjaro mountain is located in the northern Tanzania, right to the border to the Kenyan Republic in eastern Africa. Rising abruptly from the open plains, capped by snow and frequently fringed by clouds, it is one of the Africa classic images. With its snow-capped peak, the Kilimanjaro is a superlative natural phenomenon, standing in isolation above the surrounding plains overlooking the savanna. The mountain has 5 main vegetation zones from the lowest to the highest point: lower slopes, montane forest, heath and moorland, alpine desert and summit. The whole mountain, including the montane forest belt, is very rich in species, in particular mammals, many of them endangered species. For this combination of features, but mostly its height, its physical form and snow cap and its isolation above the surrounding plains, Mount Kilimanjaro is considered an outstanding example of a superlative natural phenomenon. Apart from a mountain, the park offers other attractions and there are some rare and endemic species of flora and fauna. 2,500 species of plants and 140 mammal species have been recorded. Major tourism activity in the park is mountain climbing, in which tourists climb the mountain by using routes available. Any reasonably fit person can conquer Kilimanjaro. Total climb normally take 5 to 6 days and involves 4 or 5 overnight stays in comfortable mountain huts. There are several routes, including Marangu, the easiest to climb and therefore the more popular. Makame, Shira, Umbwe and Rongai are other routes. Number 9. Boulders Beach, South Africa. Boulders Beach is one of Cape Town's most visited beaches and is the only place in the world where you can have close encounters with endangered African penguins. Boulder's Beach and its surrounding beaches form part of the Table Mountain National Park Marine Protected Area, keeping these suited aquatic creatures safe. Boulder's Beach near Simon's Town has a lot going for it. The ancient granite boulders protect it from the wind and large waves, making it an ideal swimming spot for kids. The beach is always clean and safe, because it falls under the Table Mountain National Park Marine Protected Area. It is rarely crowded, and kids will be delighted by the stunning rock pools. But the soft white sand and warm waters are not the only reasons why 60,000 visitors a year make their way along the coast, past Simon's Town, to Boulder's Beach. The local inhabitants, African penguins in their thousands, know how to pull the crowds. African penguins used to be known as jackass penguins because of their distinctive braying, and they're the only penguins found on the continent. Colonies can be found from southern Namibia all the way around the South African coast to Port Elizabeth, but few places offer as remarkable a viewing point as Boulder's Beach. Boulder's Beach is a great spot to set up camp for the day, but it isn't actually the best area for viewing the penguins. For this, there are 3 wheelchair-friendly boardwalks that make their way through the dunes and dense vegetation around Foxy Beach. If you want to get up close and personal with the penguins, make your way to Foxy Beach. Just don't get too close, those beaks are razor sharp. A series of wheelchair-friendly boardwalks were constructed through the vegetation surrounding the white sands and boulders to not only give visitors the best views, but shelter nests and chicks. Summer is prime time to visit Boulders, and it's when you'll see the most penguin action. However, you can see the penguins throughout the year. Between September and October the birds spend much time feeding out at sea, so there are fewer penguins on the beach. For a real treat, visit in January when the juvenile birds are molting on the beach. If you're after snapshots, visit early in the morning or late in the afternoon when the birds are most active. Boulder's Beach is perfect for taking a dip in azure waters, climbing the boulders, exploring rock pools, and visiting the Boulders Visitor Center, where experts give fascinating insights into the lives of the waddling inhabitants. Number 8. Quirimbas Archipelago-Mozambique. The fabulous Quirimbas Archipelago is a largely unexplored chain of 31 Indian Ocean islands along the northern Mozambique coast. Widely recognized for outstanding diving and fishing, the Quirimbas Archipelago has many treasures and an undiscovered appeal. St. Lazarus Banks offers a renowned game fishing destination close to Pemba. The undersea mountain creates a unique marine environment. Charters are available in this area. Only some of the beautiful islands are populated or have resorts. The Quirimbas National Park just north of Pemba includes 11 of these islands. They form part of the national park on mainland Mozambique, which was formed by the local communities to protect this unique environment. The tourism mandate for this area is of selected high-quality, low-impact resorts to work together with the communities to create benefits for all involved. The result of this groundbreaking collaboration is a delightful eco-holiday destination with warm azure waters, untouched coral reefs, white sandy beaches, wildlife and historical significance. Here, visitors can enjoy heartwarming cultural interaction, find beautifully crafted and original silverware and explore ancient settlements and buildings. The mainland section of the park is only just being revealed to the world. The Quirimbas National Park is an area of great importance with an abundance of exotic fish and rare marine species such as the dugongs, sea turtles and humpback whales. Snorkeling and diving in the Quirimbas Archipelago is one of the most rewarding experiences in Mozambique. The average temperature in the dry season is 27 degrees centigrade, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, from April to September. During the hot rainy season from October to March, the temperature increases about 3 degrees on the coast, with cooler temperatures and humidity inland. To get the Quirimbas Archipelago's mainland airport, you can easily fly in from Pemba. Flights from South Africa depart from Johannesburg as well as Dar es Salaam in Tanzania or Nairobi in Kenya. If you're up for an extended adventure, these connections make for incredible Kruger or East African safari and beach combinations. Some of the islands can be reached by boat, but in general you'll transfer via a short flight from Pemba to the individual islands. The best time to visit the Quirimbas Archipelago is during the winter months from May to September. This is when rainfall is minimal and temperatures are low. The wet months run from January to February with brief but intense showers caused by the weak cyclones of Mauritius. However, these usually tend to affect the more southerly regions of Mozambique, and not the Quirimbas Archipelago. Number 7. Lake Malawi. Lying within the Western Rift Valley, Lake Malawi is one of the deepest lakes in the world. It's the jewel in the crown of the country's tourist attractions. This is the inland sea of the otherwise landlocked Malawi. This vast body of crystal clear freshwater fringed by beaches of golden sand is not only a scenic wonderland, but it provides water sport opportunities for those looking for something beyond sun, sand and swimming. As one of the first Europeans to set eyes on the Lake Malawi over 150 years ago, the missionary explorer Dr. David Livingstone christened it the Lake of Stars. Its approximate dimensions are 365 miles north to south and 52 miles broad, hence another nickname, Calendar Lake. In the north, Lake Malawi is quite extraordinarily deep, 2,300 feet/700 m, plunging well below sea level. This reflects the enormity of the natural faulting of the Great Rift Valley, which is the origin of the lake. The width of the lake's shorelands vary from nothing to over 25 kilometers, 16 miles, the edge of the Rift Valley rising steeply in places and more gently in others. Because of its rich fish harvest, the lake plays an important part in the economy. Fishing villages are scattered along the shore and the traditional industry and practices are an attraction to visitors. Access to the lake is possible along much of its length, but it is often necessary to take a short detour off the main roads in order to reach the beaches. Despite the villages, there are still very long stretches of totally uninhabited golden sand lakeshore, lapped by crystal clear waters. Lake Malawi is a wonderland that offers all types of water sports and activities expected of any tropical beach destination. There are boats and boards of all types available to have fun with and to explore the waters, islands and beaches of the lake. When it comes to small boats, the lake is best known for its kayaking and sailing options with kayaks and canoes available at most beach lodges and even the option to take on longer expeditions along the lakeshore. A few lodges have small sailing boats for personal use or larger ones for a leisurely cruise. The crystal clear water of Lake Malawi make it an ideal location for snorkeling, and donning a mask will give immediate access to the colorful kaleidoscope of tropical fish that live in the lake and feed from the rocks along the shore. For those who wish to go that little bit deeper, there are a number of PADI-registered dive schools along the lakeshore who offer great value scuba diving, including full courses to learn how to dive. One or two lodges even offer water skiing, and sailboards and paddle boards are to be found at others. For the less energetic, boat trips range from the famous MV Ilala Lake ferry to sailing in an ocean-going yacht. Cruises into the upper reaches of the Great Shire River are also possible. Number 6. Tsingy de Bemaraha, a forest of limestone needles, Madagascar. The Tsingy-Bemaraha National Park or Grand Tsingy is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1990. This is one of the most spectacular natural landscapes in the world. An extensive area of limestone massif has been eroded into impressive karst pinnacles. This geological wonder is a monument of karst limestone that comprises karstic landscapes and limestone uplands cut into impressive, Tsingy, peaks and a forest of limestone needles, the spectacular canyon of the Manambolo River, rolling hills and high peaks. The undisturbed forests, lakes and mangrove swamps are the habitat for rare and endangered lemurs. This mesmerizing terrain is often described as a place where one cannot walk barefoot, and seems like an enigmatic stone labyrinth, with razor-sharp limestone pinnacles reaching heights of up to 70 m. Tsingy de Bemaraha, meaning the place where one cannot walk barefoot, is a geological marvel shaped over millions of years by the forces of nature. This integral nature reserve features an expansive and rare collection of razor-sharp limestone needles, earning it the nickname Tsingy Stone Forest. Its otherworldly formations, both gigantic and towering, contribute to its surreal and dramatic landscape. Despite its inhospitable appearance, Tsingy de Bemaraha is not just a geological wonder but also a biodiversity hotspot. The intricate limestone formations have created microclimates and diverse ecosystems, fostering the evolution of unique flora and fauna found nowhere else on Earth. White shifok, red-fronted brown lemurs, and an array of bird and reptile species thrive in this distinctive environment, showcasing the resilience of life against the menacing backdrop of the stone forest. Guided by park rangers along dedicated trails, visitors to Tsingy de Bemaraha can explore not only the limestone towers, but also venture into caves and canyons, such as the renowned Angelhype Cave. This colossal underground chamber with towering formations adds an extra layer of allure to this already enchanting destination, attracting adventurers and nature enthusiasts from around the globe. Covering approximately 595 square kilometers, this natural reserve stands as a challenging destination, both in its remarkable beauty and the arduous journey required to reach it. The undisturbed forests, lakes, and mangrove swamps surrounding the stone forest provide a pristine and adventurous setting, ripe for exploration. The summit, slope, and base of the limestone needles form distinct ecosystems, creating a haven for a variety of species that have adapted to the remarkably steep slopes. Though shaped by tropical rain erosion over 200 million years, Tsingy de Bemaraha appears as a dangerous yet captivating cathedral of limestone needles. The land, seemingly unforgiving, invites intrepid travelers into a world where beauty thrives amid the menacing looks of this stone forest. Situated in Madagascar's Ansalova district, the Tsingy de Bemaraha is one of the world's most difficult-to-reach UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Accessible by a combination of flights, car journeys, and possibly river crossings, reaching this extraordinary destination requires careful planning and a spirit of adventure. Visitors typically fly into Antananarivo, the capital of Madagascar, and then embark on a journey to Morondava, the nearest town to the Tsingy de Bemaraha. From Morondava, the final leg of the journey involves a challenging drive and, in some cases, a river crossing, ultimately leading to the captivating stone forest. Number 5. Fish River Canyon-Namibia. The Fish River Canyon is the second largest canyon worldwide after the Grand Canyon in the USA. You'll feel like you are in the States because of the similar terrain. The canyon forms part of the state-run Aces-Richtersveld Transfrontier Park. Entrance to the park is situated 10 kilometers from the well-known viewpoint Hell's Bend at the Hobas Rest Camp. The canyon's most expansive viewpoint overlooks the gorge from the gate of the Hobas campsite. Nature lovers flock from all over the globe to witness the dramatic plunging ravines and rock faces, and stand in awe of this immense natural wonder. Visitors have to report here. It is important to know that during the summer month the canyon hike is closed due to the heat. The Fish River hiking trail can be conducted during the months April, September and can be completed within 4 to 5 days, depending on fitness. It covers a length of 85 kilometers and the descent into the canyon is only allowed for hikers doing the trail. Day visitors are not allowed to climb into the canyon. The Fish River is 800 kilometers long and thus the longest river of Namibia. It has its source in the eastern parts of the Naukluft Mountains. After about 200 kilometers the river flows into the Hardap Dam, which is the largest water reservoir of the country with a circumference of 30 kilometers and a surface area of 28 square kilometers. After being retained, the Fish River does not carry water continuously, only during the rainy season the river might turns into a torrent. During the dry season sporadic pools supply water to many animals. The Fish River Canyon commences at Seeheim, at the lower course of the river. The canyon is 161 kilometers long, 27 kilometers wide, and up to 550 m deep. The Fish River Canyon ends at Ais and the river then flows into the Orange River, the border to South Africa. Number 4. Lüderitz-Namibia. With its unique setting, interesting history and friendly people, Lüderitz is a coastal holiday town with a difference. Not only does the town's architecture have a story to tell, but the nearby ghost towns of Kalmanskap and Elizabeth Bay, as well as the wild horses at Gerup, all contribute to the mystery and bizarreness connected to Lüderitz. Lüderitz is a quaint harbor town on the Atlantic coast in Namibia, surrounded by the Namib Desert. Besides enjoying ocean-fresh lobster and oysters at one of the local restaurants, walking around and admiring colorful Art Deco architecture is a popular pastime. Bartholomew Dias erected a stone cross on this rocky coast as early as 1488 whilst on his famous quest to find a sea route to India. Today, a replica of the cross marks the location where it was originally placed and can be visited. The Portuguese, however, were not interested in this inhospitable land. Eventually, in 1883 the German merchant Adolf Lüderitz landed in the bay that was later to be named after him. He bought the surrounding land from the cocoa chief Joseph Fredericks in an event, which many believe is the beginning of German colonial rule in Southwest Africa. Lüderitz, a quiet town with many stories to tell. With its unique setting, interesting history and friendly people, Lüderitz is a coastal holiday town with a difference. Not only does the town's architecture have a story to tell, but the nearby ghost towns of Kalmanskap and Elizabeth Bay, as well as the wild horses at Gerup, all contribute to the mystery and bizarreness connected to Lüderitz. Another one of the town's most famous buildings is the Lutheran church known as Rock Church, Felsenkirch, sitting atop of Diamond Hill, overlooking the town. Built in a mostly neo-Gothic style, it is both impressive and beautiful, and yet, as is often case in Lüderitz, feels slightly out of place. With the aforementioned diamond boom also came new settlements such as Elizabeth Bay and most notably, Kalmanskap. The settlement at Kalmanskap grew particularly fast and took the shape of a small German town. The sands of the Namib have been gradually reclaiming the settlements, and now, particularly Kalmanskap has become probably the area's foremost tourist attraction. But Lüderitz has even more bizarreness to offer, and the wild horses of the Namib are another one of the region's strange attractions. Their exact origin remains a mystery, but many suggest that the horses are the descendants of domesticated horses which were freed during the First World War. Today, Lüderitz is striving to rekindle the optimism which once enveloped the town. Luckily, there are several wonderful accommodation options to choose from when staying here. Ranging from small owner-run guest houses to larger hotels, there is something for everyone. Many of the accommodations provide a sea view and allow you to gaze out onto the Lüderitz harbor or over the Atlantic Ocean. Today, it is a haunting and desolate destination where the sands of time have engulfed most of its once lively 1920s culture. Photographers from all over the world travel to capture striking stills of this peculiar place. Number 3. Damaraland-Namibia. Damaraland has a dramatic desert feel, with barren moon-like landscapes of exceptional natural beauty. It is a stark contrast to the perception of Africa with its predominantly lush and green landscapes. The Damaraland offers travelers beautiful rock formations, geological and cultural sites that have stood the test of time, as well as good accommodation and camping options in many picturesque locations. The region is also home to fascinating wildlife, truly wild and adapted to the harsh environment, making it a region always worth a visit. The Damaraland-Kunene region allows you to travel back in time and view authentic sand/bushman rock art at various sites. Of these, the White Lady painting at the Brandberg Mountain is perhaps the most famous. On a guided hike, you can visit the White Lady painting and spend a moment pondering its mysteries for you. You could also spend some time exploring the other cave paintings too, as the Brandberg site is home to over 43,000 art pieces, most of them estimated to be between 2,000 and 4,000 years old. The Damaraland is a dream for anyone with even the slightest interest in geology and the processes which shape the landscapes found today. Here you will witness beautiful landscapes in the most unadulterated manner. The rounded granite mountains of Spitzkop lure visitors in with playful shapes and a peak that resembles the Matterhorn. Another site which can be visited is the petrified forest near Quirimbas. At this site you will find petrified tree trunks, strewn across the landscapes, which are estimated to be more than 250 million years old. The organ pipes and burnt mountain near Twyfelfontein and the rather strange-looking Finger Rock, standing on its own like a finger pointing to the sky, are further geological highlights found in the Damaraland. The wildlife and plant life in the Damaraland is also a fascinating feature. Most spoken about are the desert-adapted elephants and the free-roaming desert-dwelling black rhinos, which can be found here with the help of a tracking guide. But the region is also home to the rarer Hartmann's mountain zebra and a variety of antelopes, including kudu, springbok, eland, and oryx. If you are very lucky, you could even encounter a lion, hyena, or leopard in this region too. Damaraland is also an excellent place to see the Welwitschia mirabilis. The plant is found only in Namibia and the southern parts of Angola, and some specimens reach an age of up to 2,000 years. Other plants which make up the landscape here are the toxic Euphorbia damarana, mopane and acacia trees, and a variety of shrubs and grasses. Number 2. Stone Town-Zanzibar. Located on a promontory jutting out from the western side of Unguja Island into the Indian Ocean, the stone town of Zanzibar is an outstanding example of a Swahili trading town. This type of town developed on the coast of East Africa, further expanded under Arab, Indian, and European influences, but retained its indigenous elements, to form an urban cultural unit unique to this region. Stone Town in Zanzibar is architecturally striking with a unique mix of Arab, Persian, Indian and European elements. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, in the heart of Zanzibar city, it is a tangle of winding alleyways that have remained true to character since the 19th century. The stone town of Zanzibar retains its urban fabric and townscape virtually intact and contains many fine buildings that reflect its particular culture, which has brought together and homogenized disparate elements of the cultures of Africa, the Arab region, India, and Europe over more than a millennium. The buildings of the stone town, executed principally in coralline ragstone and mangrove timber, set in a thick lime mortar and then plastered and lime-washed, reflect a complex fusion of Swahili, Indian, Arab and European influences in building traditions and town planning. Being a tropical paradise, it delights with a profusion of water-based activities. Sail serenely on a traditional dhow, swim with dolphins, and explore beautiful coral reefs. Few island destinations offer such intimate access to the ocean paired with perfect conditions and so many things to see and do in Zanzibar. Number 1. Seven-Coloured Earth-Mauritius. While Mauritius is mostly globally renowned for its jaw-dropping beaches, the island is home to a vast variety of other geographical phenomena. One such extremely curious natural phenomenon is the Seven-Coloured Earth, a fenced area with multicolored dunes in 7 different colors of violet, green, brown, red, yellow, purple and blue. The Seven-Coloured Earth is one of the most visited tourist destinations in Mauritius. The Seven-Coloured Earths are a geological formation and prominent tourist attraction found in the Chameral Plain of the Rivière-Noire district in southwestern Mauritius. It is owned by a private company and the people of Mauritius don't benefit from the natural-made geological activity. It is a relatively small area of sand dunes comprising sand of 7 distinct colors, approximately red, brown, violet, green, blue, purple and yellow. The main feature of the place is that since these differently colored sands spontaneously settle in different layers, dunes acquire a surrealistic, striped coloring. Since the earth was first exposed, rains have carved beautiful patterns into the hillside, creating an effect of earthen meringue. The sands formed from the decomposition of volcanic rock, basalt, gullies into clay, further transformed into ferrolytic soil by total hydrolysis. The 2 main elements of the resulting soil, iron and aluminium, are responsible for red/anthracite and blue/purplish colors respectively. The different shades of color are believed to be a consequence of the molten volcanic rock cooling down at different external temperatures, hence rates, but the causes of their consistent spontaneous separation are yet to be fully clarified. The name, Seven-Coloured Earths, is a descriptive, rather than an official, name. Place has become one of Mauritius' main tourist attractions since the 1960s. Nowadays, the dunes are protected by a wooden fence and visitors are not allowed to climb on them, although they can look at the scenery from observation outposts placed along the fence. Curio shops in the area sell small test tubes filled up with the colored earths. This is all about top 10 unique places you wouldn't expect to see in African continent. We hope you found some helpful information for your future travel. If you've some unique places in your country/region, inform us under a comments section and we will promote them to the world. Thank you for being with us.